What's up, family? It's your girl, Dr. Shonna. I am here. I'm ready to have a nice conversation about our beloved Ahmaud Arbery and the shooting that occurred back in February as he was jogging. And unfortunately, too often in our community, we get this information late. So here we are in the month of May, and we're now just finding out about this incident. Well, at least we're finding out nationally. I know other people in the area may have known about it, but we're finding out about it right now. So I'm here. I'm here. I just want you guys to know that I'm on both YouTube and on Facebook. My number one choice for videos is on YouTube. So if you come over to YouTube, you'll have more of an in-depth conversation with me as I respond to things that the people are saying in the audience. And if you are on Facebook and I do not respond, please do not take it personally. It's just that, yes, I paid for my eyes, and yes, I have 20/20 vision, and yes, I do see what is being said, but I don't want to look like I'm all cock-eyed and buck-eyed, looking all over the place, trying to respond to people. So if you want to have immediate conversation with me, you might want to come over to YouTube, but you can still enjoy the conversation for where you are. And if enjoyment is even the right word. I don't think in this situation, enjoyment is the right word. I want to be able to prep you guys about what I'm going to talk about today, because I have not been on. I have not been on. And I'm going to tell you guys why I have not been on. I have not been on going live because I've been taking a break from all the craziness in the world, because I manage my mental health. I manage the information that comes through my mind, through my eyes, into my mind, into my spirit, into my emotions, into my soul. I try to have balance in my life. I try to practice the Ma'at principles of balance, so I do not do anything in excess. And when I was on Instagram, which is the softer side of me. So if you're looking for the softer side of who Dr. Shonna is, the fun side, the live side, the side that talks about relationships all day, all night, you want to go over to Instagram. That's where you'll find me. And so one of my beloved community members, and I forget his name, and if I had access to my phone, I'm using it for YouTube, I would give him a nice shout out, because he was good, but he had to punch me in the gut a little bit to get my behind back on here. And he was like, Doc, stop playing. We need you to get on YouTube and push some content out there. The story that's trending right now is Ahmaud Arbery. And so when he had said that, I didn't know what it was about. I just promised him that I would come on live, and I had no idea that my heart was going to break. Woo! I had no idea that I was going to be triggered. I had no idea I was going to feel today the way I felt when I learned about Trayvon Martin. I had no idea I was going to be emotional. So I didn't come on right away, because I saw the same thing happening all over again. I heard the narrative that is already being pushed out there about this young Black man. I hear, including myself to some degree, I hear too many sounds of silence. And I know for some people that don't make sense, but I hear the silence of my people. And if you can think about it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It is the same eerie silence that we had when Trayvon Martin was killed, and before the mass majority of us found out about it. So there is some housekeeping that I must absolutely do before I start this video, because this video is not for me. And as I said to you guys all the time, to my critical thinking community, I am not here for popularity. I am not here for fame. I do appreciate everyone who shows me love. I do appreciate all the donations. That is not why I'm here. That is not why I'm here. And had I been here for that reason, I would be live all the time. But that's not the reason. See, I'm here because we have to do a better job with not only healing, But most importantly, get it on code. And what I am seeing right now today is another indication how we are failing to be consistent with staying on code. I am upset. I am going to try to watch my language, but some of y'all know that I can have a dirty mouth. So I am not going to promise you that your children's ears will be sanitized today on Dr. Shonna Show. Cannot promise you that. I will try my damnedest. But when I am upset, it slips out, just to be honest with you all. So just be mindful of that, because I do know that children listen to me. And I do know that parents have their teens listen to me. And I want to be an example for my community, but I do not want you to judge me. I don't care if you do, but I do not want you to judge me if I have a dirty mouth. Because I'm expressing some emotions today. Because sometimes, in my opinion, just some of us, not all of us, but some of us don't seem to get it unless we say the message with passion. Some of us don't seem to understand it unless we punch some of us in the gut. And some feelings will be hurt. So if you are passive in your behaviors, your feelings will be hurt. That is my disclaimer. Another housekeeping we have to do is, unfortunately, we are experiencing this Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman vibe all over again. But we must not make the mistakes that we made in the past. And in order for us to understand the mistakes that we made in the past, we have to analyze it. We have to unpack it. So first things first, family, we have to help this family be consistent with the message. And this family I'm talking about is the family of Wanda Cooper and Ahmaud Arbery, mother and son. And if you are a father, if you are a mother, have some compassion tonight. I don't care about your theories tonight. I don't care about it. We have to learn to be a little bit more empathic in our community and less shaming and less critical and less anti-Blackness and less centered in whiteness. We have to try something different. And with that being said, take note of the petition that is on change.org. If you are on YouTube, you will find the link to that description in my description box. So just go ahead and click below on YouTube. You'll see the link, sign it, number one. Because the same tricks are being played. The same tricks that were played when our beloved brother Trayvon Martin was murdered is being played right now. You see, unless there is publicity, unless there is noise, unless we are angry Father, I don't know why people are still walking around alive. I don't know why people are still walking around alive. I don't know why people are still walking around alive. I said it, and I don't care. But here's the thing. We allow people to get away with so much. We allow them to get away with controlling the narrative. We allow them to get away with not making arrests. We allow them to get away with covering information. And the only way this becomes public is if we make noise. And the only way we make noise is when they see that we are gathered in one accord. That's part of being on code, family. One accord. So I need you, brothers and sisters, haters and trolls, passerbyers and onlookers, liberals and progressives, Sneaky white people that are in here watching that mean us no good. Allies that do mean us some good. Some good. I'm gonna need every last one of y'all because I know y'all all up in here. For some reason, people are attracted to the vibe of Dr. Shonna, and they're all types of people. So stop just watching and start doing something. Because if you're on this channel, you know I'm controversial. If you're on this channel, you know I speak my mind. If you're on this channel, you know I'm going to say some things that's going to hurt some feelings, but it's going to be rooted in research. So if you're going to be on this channel, you need to participate tonight. And you need to go ahead and sign that petition. You also need to use the hashtags to get the word out there, because for some reason we just like hashtags. We like hashtags. We go along with it. And for today, you need to love it. So there are 2 hashtags that the family wants you guys to use to get the word out there. Because just like I was in my little world and I had no idea this story was going on because I took a break from social media, there are other people like me that have no idea. So the hashtags are hashtag I run with Maud, M-A-U-D, M-A-U-D, I run with Maud. And the other hashtag is justice for Ahmaud. And Ahmaud is A-H-M-A-U-D, justice for Ahmaud. So get it out there. Those are the 3 things I want y'all to do immediately. The petition and start using those hashtags. And how you're going to spread those hashtags is not only this video, but any video that is out there that's in support of Miss Wanda Cooper and her beloved son, Ahmaud Arbery. We need to share the video. We need to share other people's videos. We need to share the videos with the hashtag. We need to tag people and with the hashtag. Because we have to understand how social media's algorithms work and what becomes a hot topic, because you're not going to hear it trending on TV every day and night until we get enough names on those petitions and we make enough goddamn noise for them to get it going. So we need not to wait like we waited for Trayvon Martin. We need to do it now. So let's go on for some of us who don't know what happened out there. Ahmaud Arbery is a 25-year-old Black male who was a high school, I think he was football or basketball, one of the players. And I mean, no disrespect if I can't remember which one it was, but I'm sure my critical thinking community will let me know which one he was. But he was a sportsman in high school, and he was known for that. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a Black man that had a life ahead of him, someone who loved his mother and his mother loved him, somebody who was not criminalistic, somebody who was not violent, somebody who was out there running, minding his business like non-melanated people do all the time. They go outside and they run in any community they want to run in because they run all over the world. And Ahmaud was doing just that. But unfortunately for Ahmaud, 2 vigilantes, race soldiers, anti-Black men, Ahmaud should be running in their community. And this was in Georgia. This was in Georgia, I think Brunswick, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. So not only did these 2 anti-Black vigilante men try to force him into talking, they did not even give him a chance. They got in their white pickup truck, followed Ahmaud, cut him off in his path. The son gets out the car with a gun in hand. You see Ahmaud, and the video is so disturbing. It's so disturbing, but I had to watch it because I needed to be able to communicate to my family who does not want to watch it. But you see our brother run around the rear of the video trying to get away from the guy who's on the left side. The guy on the left side of the video goes to the front of the video where he meets Ahmaud, Something transpired. They're in a tussle. You hear a gunshot. Ahmaud starts fighting for his life. And you hear another gunshot. Ahmaud throws a punch, even though he is shot. And you hear a third gunshot, and he starts to run away, and he falls, and he dies. He woke up on that day in February, unafraid. He woke up on that day in February to take care of his health by running. He woke up on that day in February minding his business. He woke up on that day in February unarmed. He woke up on that day in February departing his mother, thinking he was going to return. His mother woke up that day unarmed. His mother woke up that day unaware. His mother woke up that day loving her son, never to know that she was not going to see him again. But the narrative is already out there. The narrative was out there way before the video got out there. The narrative was out there before we got a chance to get on code. But here is our chance tonight, right now, to get on code. See, we have to understand what we are dealing with here. And I know I come on every time, and some people always say to me, oh man, Dr. Shonna talk about race again. Here we go again. I'm out. Peace. I'm unsubscribing. Little do I know that those ignorant people will one day also wake up to run or to do whatever, to go to work, and they might be faced with fear right in front of their faces and fighting for their lives. Because that one little boy, and I call him little boy because I have a daughter that is turning 22. So anybody that's near my daughter's age is little to me, and I mean no disrespect. But that angel fought for his life. He fought for his life, and he did not stand a chance because he was hunted down and he was killed. And the story was already concocted. So what do we know about these murderers? What do we know about these murderers? Well, we know that the father is ex-law enforcement. We know that the father is also an ex, which is still in the field of law enforcement, but he's an ex-investigator for the prosecutor's office. So we know that the father is going to practice the George Zimmerman theory. So y'all don't know what the George Zimmerman theory is, because I'm going to tell you what it is tonight, because I made it up. I made it up. Because here's what I see. That's where citizens who classify as white can use loopholes to murder persons of African descent, whether they are armed or unarmed. Let me say that again for some people who do not get it. The George Zimmerman theory is where persons who are citizens or people, whomever you want to call them, who classify as white can use loopholes in the law to murder persons of African descent. It doesn't matter if they're African American. It doesn't matter if they're ADOS. It doesn't matter if they're FBA. It doesn't matter if they're African. It doesn't matter if they are Caribbean. Because each and every one of our Black bodies have been brutalized and killed. Even in this current age. And there's always a loophole to say that they were justified. In Florida, it was stand your ground. In Georgia now, we're talking about not only a citizen's arrest, but he had self-defense in performing allegedly a citizen arrest, even though he did not witness any crime occurring. He just had reasonable suspicion that a crime has occurred, and he decided to exercise his rights to not only bear arms, but to arrest and defend himself from somebody who he believed, without any evidence or proof, has committed a crime or is in the act of committing one. Do we see what the problem is? Do we see how they so readily got this whole narrative together? They have packaged it all nicely. They have already went forward with this and are already spreading this poison all through media, and we cannot be quiet. And I've been sitting back and I've been watching only for about 3 hours because we're about to change the narrative, because I only found out about this today. So I've been sitting and I've been watching. And I've been trying to figure out, who is Ahmaud Arbery? Who is Ahmaud Arbery? Who is he? What do we know about him? Because we better find out something before they create something. And we better spread it like wildfire. We better spread it like poison ivy. Because this is where we wind up losing all the time. So I'm going to go over the 10 issues that I see, and then I'm going to give y'all my solutions to being on code. Now, you can take it and use it. You can eat the meat and throw out the bones, or you can toss it all out. It doesn't matter. But I know that one thing we better get together is to do something. Because Ahmaud is your child, and Ahmaud is my child. Ahmaud is your brother. He is your nephew. He is your neighbor. He is your son-in-law. He is your father. He is your boyfriend. He is your husband. He is your brother. He is us. So here's the issues I see. Let's start with number one. And this is what I've been talking about. For some reason, when these things happen, we do not get enough publicity. And the reason why I believe we do not get enough publicity, because we fail to stay on code. We only want to get on code for the most part. I'm not saying this is the only part, but for the most part, we only want to get on code when something goes wrong. We need to be on code every day of our lives. We need to stay prepared. See, what is making me so upset about my brothers and sisters? What is making me so upset is because we are living in an illusion. We are living in a bubble. And some of us, not all of us, some of us believe, oh, that's so sad for Ahmaud. Whew, I'm glad my baby don't live in that neighborhood. It don't matter what neighborhood you live in, because we are getting killed in all neighborhoods, including our own. So when will we wake up and understand that comments like that is rooted in anti-Blackness? See, when you can't see your brother or your sister as yourself, there is a problem. When you can't see your brother or sister in need of your help, there is a problem. See, we like to sit back and judge and shame and criticize. We like to sit back and pick apart what everyone else is doing wrong. And we love that because that has become a form of entertainment for us. But this isn't a game. This isn't a reality show. This isn't cable. This isn't Netflix. This isn't Amazon Prime. This is live for so many of us. This is life. And we are seeing more and more of our Black men who have a squeaky clean background, and they find ways to smear their name and defame their character. And we have to stop allowing that from happening. And how we do it is we get on code. See, I don't know about y'all, but I'll tell you about me. I made my brother, and I believe my daughter, that's the adult, I made them the beneficiaries to my social media accounts. See, we need to think that way. Everything requires planning. See, we think about beneficiary. The only thing we think about is insurance money, but it goes way deeper than that. Because if something was to happen to me, if I had any post or any video that might defame my character, you erase it, you delete it, you take it down. Don't sit out there and go drinking and pouring no drinks for the homie. Don't go out there and light a blunt for my memory. Don't go marching. Don't have no goddamn cameras and no candles and no other nonsense. Don't be posting pictures. You go through my account and you clean the shit clean. Because we are in war. We are up against madness. And these people are on code. The minute something happens, they go through our accounts and they pull out anything on us. We are not prepared to counter the narratives. Do y'all remember about our beloved brother Trayvon Martin? That boy was nothing but a boy. He was nothing but a boy. He was a teenager being a teenager. That's all he was doing. And they tried to paint him as though he was some criminalistic gang member, hoodlum, thug life nigga. That's how they tried to paint him to win their case, to justify this race soldier murdering him. And they posted pictures with him with grills in his mouth. They posted pictures with him smoking a blunt. They posted stuff that these fools do worse than what we do, but they had it out there and they painted a narrative. Now, we should not have to live like that. But the reality is this is not our world. And this is why our Black sons are being murdered. This is why our Black daughters are being murdered. How do you die while jogging? Unarmed? Where's the threat? Where is the threat? And when I say your Black skin is your threat, people do not like to hear it because the truth hurts. We like to think of ourselves as equal. Yeah, God may have designed us to be equal, but the devil don't see us that way. And it's as simple as that. Here's number two. This whole case is already laced with bias. This is another issue that I see. This whole case is already laced with bias. From the way they handled it, there was no arrest. There was no arrest. See, now all of a sudden, this video surfaces. The story is always the same. Have y'all noticed, brothers and sisters? The story is always the same. A video surfaces, then everyone gets in their frenzy. Phone calls are made at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They get their story together. Somebody from the police department comes out to the ex-officer's house who's retired, sit him down, help him with his lies, help him get his stuff together. Everybody got it in order. People start shredding reports. They take the original report and shred it, bring a blank one and tell you to write something out again so they can go ahead and amend the report. And for some reason, we don't know where the original ones are. Why? Because there was no publicity on the case. There was no smoke on the case. Everybody was quiet and they had it all in order. That's right. That's right. What one pimp Afro says, a setup for 2 months. A setup. Look at the time that they had. We are already 2 months behind the ball. We are already behind the ball. And as they already know, they're already moving. The case is already biased. How does a DA, before it hit the spotlight, how does he now remove himself from the case? Because now it's in the media. Now you want to excuse yourself from the case and saying that, oh, because you have a relationship with the retired law enforcement officer, you have a relationship. You knew you had a relationship with him when you showed up and he told you he killed the nigga. You knew you had a relationship with him. You should not even showed up on the case on his name. When you saw McMichael, you should not even showed up on the case because you was already in a position of conflict of interest. There's no publicity. When there is nobody to represent us, they get to do whatever they want to do. So this thing is all laced with bias all over it. And that's why it is imperative for us to get the message out. That's why it's imperative for us to share the video. That's why it's imperative for us to use the hashtags, I run with Ahmaud and hashtag justice for Ahmaud. That's why it's imperative for us to remain on code, because we are 2 months behind the ball. See, I'm not in here to be like the love. I'm here to raise consciousness. And I ain't got to be big and bad to do it. I'm here to raise consciousness. See, I'm not here to entertain you. See, the problem is we come on Facebook, we go on the gram because we want to be entertained. We want to be entertained. This is not a game. This is not a game. You know what my friend's mother used to say? While black people are sleeping, white people are up at 4 o'clock in the morning running, thinking about how they're going to take over the world. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? We need to wake up, sisters and brothers. We need to wake up. This is not a game. So what is going to be the game plan? I know with all of us on here, we got over 300 people watching on YouTube. We got over 80 people watching on Facebook. With all of us on here, we all can share the video. And I'm sure we're going to reach somebody that knows Ahmaud. We need to be getting pictures. We need to be getting photos, positive photos. We need to be getting newspaper clippings or articles from when he was in sports in high school. We need to be finding out who he is. We need to be having friends come forward and talk about how great he is. Because this case is already laced with bias. So we have to counter the narrative. We need to start sharing anything that's positive. We need to start showing yearbook pictures. We need to start showing field trip pictures. We need to start showing him in his uniform. We need to show him on vacation with his family. We need to show him smiling. We need to start showing these images so we can put in the minds of the American people that this boy was not a criminal. This is not for entertainment. This is not for entertainment. You got a whole bunch of other sleeping Negroes out there entertaining you. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to organize and strategize. So what's stopping us from connecting with the family? What's stopping us from sharing the video, to share the video, to share the video, to share the video, to get the video to somebody who can give us the information? Because there's a whole bunch of people out here with platforms. We can open up the platforms so the families can speak. So the families can come on, the friends can come on and give positive stories and memories about who Ahmaud is. Because as long as America believes that he's a criminal, the devil wins. Let's go on to number 3. And that's what I mean when I say get the information out there, because it takes a petition. It takes a petition to get attention, and it should not be that way. It should not be that way. We should not have to get names on a petition for them to look at this case as serious. Why is it that even after 2012, which was 8 years ago, we have to do the same goddamn thing? We have to have another petition for justice? Or should I say so-called justice? Because we know this is a just us system and we're not part of it. Where is everybody else at? Where is everybody else at? Here we are. We run to the ballots. We run to the ballots with false hope. And we're going to talk about false hope at the end of this video. We're going to talk about false hope, but we run hoping that somebody else is going to save us. Ain't nobody saving us. And it's evident. The only people saving us is us. And it's evident. So we got to get out of this illusionary thinking, this cognitive dissonance. We have to release it. Let it go. It isn't working. Heal yourself past that. It's not working. Why do we need a petition to get attention? Because as long as our Black bodies are not valued, if they're not appreciated, if they're not loved, it will never weigh the same as a white one. And they cannot put value on our bodies. They cannot put love on our existence and the essence of who we are. They cannot do it. Only we can do it. The problem is we sitting back, marching, hoping that they're going to respect us. And we find ourselves in the same situation 400 years later. That's a problem. You know what insanity is, right? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Why are we still doing the same thing over and over again? I'm not locking arms with you to march. I'm not doing that. Marching still gets us killed. But when we tell you jokers to hold your vote, we too radical. When we tell you jokers to ask for stuff in return for your damn vote, we too radical. And we tell you jokers, your vote is your power. Ignorant folks among us, and that's all it is ignorance. Ignorant folks among the Black, no vote means Trump wins. We died under Obama. We died under Trump. We died under Clinton. We died under Bush. We died under Bush, senior and junior. And we voted for half these jokers. And we died under them. So we saying all of that to say what? Maybe we got to try something different. Maybe we got to get our heads out our asses and try something different. Goddamn passive people. I can't stand passive people. Whew, Lord Jesus. Let's go on to number 4. The media gets the head start on the narrative. I already talked about that. The media gets the head start on the narrative. This got to stop. This got to stop. So we already know that this has been a practice, and we already know that this has been a chess move. We talk about it all the time. We are talking about the same things over and over and over and over again, and yet we still fail to be on code. Because you know why? This is boring to talk about this, right? This is boring. We much rather talk about Cardi B, Jay-Z and Beyonce, what Rihanna up to, Chris Brown. We rather talk about all these other, Megan Thee Stallion. We rather talk about City Girls. We rather talk about everything else other than what matters. Other than what matters. See, the minute we start being entertained and talking about stuff that don't matter, the media is 5 steps ahead of us. The media don't care nothing about you. The media is selling a story and it ain't our story. They're selling a story and it ain't our story because we don't pour into the media. We don't finance the media. So they selling the goddamn story for the people that put money in their pockets, and it ain't us. See, when you start to realize that everybody's a piece on the board game, on the chessboard, when you start to realize that, you start to determine what kind of piece you want to be. We got a whole bunch of goddamn pawns out here, and I'm sick of them. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable. And it's the comfort that's getting us killed. Yeah, I said it. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable, but it's our comfort that is getting us killed. And you know how we justify it? This is how we justify it. Because for us to wake up and accept that as reality means that we have to do something. For us to wake up and accept it as a reality means that we cannot be comfortable. For us to wake up and accept it as a reality means that we are still at risk. And people don't want to hold that. They don't want to deal with that. So they rather live an illusion. They rather live a lie. They rather associate with people that they feel will protect them and keep them safe away from you Black fools. Because if I'm with them, and away from you black fools, I'm going to stay alive. These are the false narratives that we begin to believe. And we do this by going into their environments. We want to break bread with them. We want to do business with them. We want their money. We want their time. We want their popularity. We want their looks. We want their hair. We want everything about them. It's an illusion. Because we think by having that we're safe. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. Right? Let's go on to number 5. Our fear. Everything's just lining up. Everything just flows. I didn't even plan for it this way. It's just lining up. Our fear immobilizes us. See, we're not outside right now because so-called COVID-19. The Rona. We're not outside because of the Rona. And if we was outside, we'll be able to march. We'll be able to get it on. Meanwhile, back at 90210, and if you missed it, you're too young. But back at 90210, these jokers are outside on beaches. These jokers are protesting. These jokers are marching. These jokers are saying, F your quarantine. We're going to do whatever the hell we want to do, and we scared. Can y'all help me to understand that? Because I don't understand that. I can't understand. Maybe there is a rational reason behind it, but I don't understand it. 90210 is outside on the beach, protesting, having picnics, doing whatever they want to do, walking all through the streets, riding around like they're the only ones out here. Meanwhile, we're afraid to do anything. We're afraid to march. We're afraid to go outside. We're afraid to protest. We like, look, when Corona is over, then we're going to get some justice for Ahmaud. We always waiting for the perfect opportunity to get some justice. Or when the president says we can go outside, because we're afraid of going outside, they're going to get us if we go outside. We can get some justice for Ahmaud. It's our fear that immobilizes us. We always have an excuse for why we ain't taking action. We always have a reason for why we're not doing what we ought to be doing. We always got an excuse. Always got an excuse. Even our fear would stop us from sharing this video. Even our fear would stop us from engaging. We won't even click on it. We'll watch the preview of the video. You know, on Facebook, you don't even have to click on it, right? You could just watch it and make sure the sound is off without clicking on it so nobody can know you there. Because our fear stops us. This is what we do. Rich Doaz is saying, did y'all see the tweet Biden made? Rich, put the tweet in there so I can read, because I've been off the grid, so I didn't see it. So quote the tweet so I can read it out loud. Somebody let me know what Biden said. That's right, Jesse. Jesse said there is no perfect time. The time is now. But our fear tells us otherwise. Our fear tells us otherwise, because if we protest, if we say something, we're afraid of for our lives. Not realizing it's fear that they're using to control us. You kill that unarmed Black man, 25 years old, with a whole life ahead of him, doing nothing. You kill him. That lets all of us know, don't run in your goddamn neighborhood. That's fear. That's fear. And we fall victim to this all the time, and we wonder why we still in the same position. Now, I'm not going to pick on the baby boomers today. I'm not going to pick on the baby boomers today, because I know I have a lot of baby boomers, and I love every last one of them. Some of y'all like Vera. Vera dropped so much wisdom and knowledge on me. Vera's a part of this community. She stayed with the donation. She stayed with the information. She stayed with the resources. Vera is on it. And, you know, I wish we had more Veras in our lives. You know, Gwendolyn Bard is a moderator on YouTube. I want to thank all my moderators. She's on it. I wish we had more Gwendolyns in our lives, because they don't let fear stop them. My spiritual mom, Hanifa. I wish we had more Hanifas in our lives, because she's on it. She doesn't allow fear to stop her. But for some reason, my parents' generation got comfortable. My parents' generation bought into the idea of you can love everybody, be with everybody. God made one race, and that's the human race. We all kumbaya. We all just loving everybody. Everybody just come together. Don't worry about it. Martin Luther King said that it's going to be different. And that's how many of us was raised. So we're blinded. That has disarmed us. We are blinded. Now, I'm not saying raise us with hate, but you should have raised us with wisdom and knowledge. You should have raised us alert and aware. You should have raised us prepared. So we walking around this earth unprepared. Living a pipe dream. Believing that everyone loves us and we're just as equal as everybody else. So when these things happen, fear. I can see that so many of us has stopped even giving our sons the talk and our daughters the talk. We have stopped doing it because we have an illusion of believing that we are safe. And the reason why we're not mobilized, the reason why we're not organized, the reason why we don't strategize is because of fear. And the people who are fearless, we're told that we're crazy. We're radical. We're revolutionary. We're troublemakers. We're racist. But who do you call on when you're in trouble? The radical, crazy, black racist, whatever that is. That doesn't make sense. That's an oxymoron. But you call on all of us when you're in trouble. Man, look. Rose is saying, until Black people come together to build the African continent for ourselves, we will continue to be disrespected. We will be gathered here tomorrow and again. See, Rose, if this was 1950, I would agree with you. And not that I'm in disagreement with you, Rose, but what I know about the continent of Africa and in too many countries over there, not all, but too many countries, they have embraced whiteness and they are immobilized with fear themselves. Thank you for the donation, Turquoise guys. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you as well. That's what I do know. You go over to that continent, we got jokers walking around with blonde weaves in their heads. We got women bleaching their skins, taking bleaching pills so they can get lighter. We got women sleeping with Asian men. We got women not loving their skin. We got women thinking they're ugly. We got men over there wanting people that don't even look like they're women. It ain't no different over there than it is here. We're in a lot of trouble. And we can't build the damn continent that we own. How the hell are we going to build anything else? That's right. I said it. Challenge me on that one, because I can give you article after article, show after show. And I'm talking about people on regular YouTube making it bleaching their skin, wearing weaves in their hair, looking ridiculous. You got to see the mask that they put on their face. They call it makeup, but it ain't a makeup. It looks like a goddamn mask they have on their face. Here it is. We praising that continent, and they falling apart as well. Because everybody has subjected themselves to whiteness. Everybody has subjected themselves to whiteness. Man, that's right. Somebody on YouTube, on Facebook is saying, saw it. That's right. China and Africa. You're absolutely right, Leo. China and Africa. That's exactly what it is. That's right, Sean. We have no friends. That's right. We need to, Ursula, we need to reclaim our identities. You're absolutely right. But the problem is we don't even like the way we look. And when somebody talks about it, people become defensive. I can do whatever I want to do. I don't do this because I don't love myself. I love myself. I do this because it's convenient, because I like to change it up. I like to look different. I like to smell. Give me a break. Give me a break. Get real with yourselves. Get real with yourselves. I was there before. The truth shall set you free. Let's go on. I'm almost finished. Number 6, The unbridled presence of whiteness. And see how this is just flowing? I didn't even know. Look at how this is just flowing. The unbridled, the uncontrolled. That's what it is to be unbridled. The uncontrolled presence of whiteness. See, when people hear the term whiteness, they automatically think about white people. But whiteness is also an attitude, and too many of us possess it. And that's why we're dying as well. That's why we're dying as well. We want to be everybody else but who God designed us to be. And that's why we're dying. We're dying. Man, I met somebody the other day. And 1 minute, I swear her voice sounded like mine. In 2.5 seconds, her voice sounded like I don't know what. And then I turned around, I saw the room started to shift. I said, oh, so when the room shifts, she shifts. When the room shifts, she shifts. See, that's the problem. We got a lot of shifters in our community. That's what uncontrolled whiteness means. We can't even push back against it. It's just taking over. That's what unbridled whiteness is. It just takes over. It can walk into the room and shift the hardest black person. I don't get it. Why the hardest black person, white person come in there, they shape up. They shape up. See how that engineering works? Hard thugging, want to kill everybody. White person come in. No, sir. How you doing, sir? Ma'am, I can get that door for you. You looking at them like, nigga, wasn't you just trying to kill somebody last week? Am I lying? Am I lying? Unbridled whiteness. That's exactly what happens. Because we don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. We send our children off to be in everybody else's culture, in everybody else's surrounding, having everybody else's belief system, everybody else's everything else. And they come back not knowing who they are, confused as ever. And we okay with it because we think it's going to get us a ticket into heaven. Until somebody kills one of us. Then we all angry and upset. No, baby, you should have been angry and upset every day you walked out. This is just to be in your black skin. You should be angry and upset because you know how the world's going to treat you. Not angry and upset about your black skin, but just waking up. To be black and wake up is to be in a constant state of rage. Isn't what our beloved brother, Dr. James Baldwin said? But we don't like the way that sounds. That makes us uncomfortable. Makes us uncomfortable. We don't like being uncomfortable. Change ain't going to come until you get uncomfortable. No matter what we do in life, we got to be uncomfortable for the change to occur. We don't like that. We don't like that. We want everything to be fluffy. Don't work that way. It does not work that way. The evidence is all around us. If you go ahead and you study wars, how did people get their independence? How did people get their freedom? Hell, Palestine and Israel is still fighting because Palestine still want their freedom. And how they getting it? They getting it not only because they sitting here saying we want our freedom. Let me shake your hands and cook for you and make some chicken for you and give you my vote. They damn sure ain't doing nothing like that. They'll bust you in your goddamn head, blow up your whole bus. And I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not saying it's wrong. See, they're okay with being uncomfortable because they're already in the losing position. So they're saying, what else do we have to lose? You're going to give us our due respect. But what we doing? What we doing? Oh, we got to get Biden in it. Biden look like he's sick and dying right now. But we got to get Biden in. Got to get Trump out. We focus on stupid stuff. That's right. I said the stupid stuff. That's right, Nettie. They're still fighting to this day, and they ain't going to stop fighting. But we the one uncomfortable. Because they prop up all these celebrities selling us illusions. Oh, you could be like this. Negro, no, you're not. Stop playing. Oh, Look at this nice black person. This black person is a multimillionaire. You could be like this. No, you're not. Stop playing. Sell you these little ideas, and we just go with it, and it keeps us passive because we don't want to mess up that opportunity. Your opportunity is not coming. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. It ain't. Sorry, because there's no evidence in the data and the research that supports that. You might be a fluke. Okay, cool, no problem. But you know why yours ain't coming? Because the ones that have made it don't turn back to do anything for us, because they are centered in unbridled whiteness. You thought I forgot what topic I was on? I was on the topic of whiteness. They're centered in it. Right? So let's go on to the next one. 7, our ignorance of on-code behavior. That's another issue I have. Our ignorance of on-code behavior. We're ignorant to what being on code is. It just sounds nice. We like everything to be a hashtag. It sounds nice. This ain't a game. What did I say in the beginning of this video? On code behavior is us strategizing to make sure we change the narrative that's out there. On code behavior, make sure we start pushing out support of our brother Ahmaud Arbery. That's what on code is. On code is we do not allow media to dictate how this goes. On code means that we don't allow law enforcement to get away with murder. On code means we stop allowing people to kill us dead. But what happens? What happens when some of us get up here and tell you guys to take up arms? Right? We tell you how to take up arms. Here we go with the passive Negroes. The passive Negroes. I don't believe in guns. Guns is not the solution. It ain't. It's what's killing you. Guns is not the solution. I believe in non-violent protests. Keep living that dream. That's why it was a dream. That's all it was, a dream. How many of us have waken up from dreams that did not come true? It was just a dream. It was all a dream. That's all it was, a dream. I don't think guns or violence is the answer. Well, apparently the devil does. Oh, my Lord. Dr. Shonna took her son to the shooting range. Well, then stay away from us. Stay away from us. Because if mommy get knocked out, he got it. Oh, I don't know if I would have put a gun in my son's hand. That's some of the comments I got on my video. Oh, my Lord. Dr. Shonna take her son to shoot guns. That's ignorance. That's sheer ignorance. See, y'all been sold a dream. Some of y'all still sleeping. That's why y'all still banking on I have a dream. Still sleep. Still sleep. Still sleep because of ignorance. See, on-code behavior means you are aware that you are a piece on the chessboard. What piece are you going to be? I'm a queen. I move like a queen at all times. There ain't no pawn about me. Ain't no bishop about me. Ain't no knight about me. The queen protects the king. Period. You can't do that if everybody else is armed and the only thing you got is a butter knife. What you doing with a butter knife? That's how stupid we look. These jokers are jumping out of white pickup trucks with a handgun and a shotgun. And we like, oh, oh, oh. Your punch ain't going to save you. Your thug life ain't going to save you. This is not a game. This is not a game. Right? It's not a game. So we need to wake up. Let's go on to number 8 because I'm almost out of here, family. Number 8, our disarmed behaviors are situated in illusions. Our disarmed behavior, not only with taking up arms, but disarmed in all areas, even in our consciousness. We are asleep. And the reason why we are asleep, because it's situated in illusions. We believe lies. We believe lies. Thank you for the donation, Pierre Williams. Thank you for that. I'm going to try to keep speaking truth to power. That's why we're losing. We are situated in illusions. We love illusion. We like magic shows. We like to be entertained. You give somebody a book. Hey, brother, here, you might want to read this. Here's Michelle Alexander, The New Jim Crow. I don't want to read all that shit. I'm tired of that shit. Times are different. You stay up on that slavery stuff. You got to think differently. You got to have positive thinking so you can benefit from the laws of attraction. You got to be able to create anything in your life, create riches in your life. You got to be more positive. You vibing low. You got low vibration, raise your vibration. Everything's in love. You got to give in love. When you give in love, you get love back. We are the most loving people and we're still dying. We are the most loving people. I mean, we are more Christian than the so-called Christians that Christianized us and got our minds to believing that their nonsense, their doctrine was the truth. We are more Christian than the people who Christianized us. And we're dying. And we are dying. So all that kumbaya, you gotta be in love, don't work. Thank you for that donation, Rogish, the build monger. I appreciate that. Black people, he said, black people wanted, well, let me see what he said. Give me a second, family. I gotta see what he said. He said, black people, oh God, how do I go back up? There it goes. Black people never wanted revolution. They desired mere relief. There you go right there. We live in an illusion. We just got to pray. We're going to pray. Passive hope. We're going to pray. Because God knows He's going to do. We've been praying for 400 years. Thank you, Empire Risk, for the donation. We've been, oh, that's Yolanda. Thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate that, sister. That's another sister that's on code and on point. We've been praying for 400 years. I mean, when do we wake up? When do we say, well, maybe we got to think something differently? When do we say, this is not working out? See, we believe in dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. As powerful as the church is, where are they in all of this? Every time we get shot down, where are they in all of this? See, I'm not here to beat up on the church. I'm here just to point out facts. If your feelings get hurt, that's your problem, not mine. Where are they in all of this? See, candlelight vigils don't work. Taking up a plate or a donation don't work. Those are all passive behaviors, and it doesn't work. How many times are we going to gather and hear a good sermon at a funeral and still have to give the pastor a love token? Give me a goddamn break, people. Situated in illusions. Those are the things that disarm us. Those are the things that keep us sleeping. You know another disarmed thing? Let me tell you something. I don't care what neighborhood I live in. My kids all know the deal. We don't play no games. Don't talk to nobody. My son got some lady, he was riding a bike, and my son, she short stopped and his bike went into her car. Didn't even damage her car. She had like a little scratch on her car. So she decided that she was going to call the cops. My son is so on cold. This is what uncold behavior looks like. I was driving my girlfriend to Atlantic City. The phone rang. Mom, the cops are about to come. What happened? What happened? Well, he told me what happened. I was riding the bike and I hit the lady. She's not letting me go. I said, why she not letting? What do you mean she's not letting you go? She got your ID. She know anything about you. She said, get your black ass out of there. I was so mad. He was able, Mom, the cops right there. I already see that. I don't want to leave it and they come after me. All right, stay right there. You talk, you say nothing. You keep me on the phone. The minute he comes, I want to bash him and you pass him the phone. He talks to me. Nobody talks to you. And guess what? My son did just that. before the officer could even open his name. Hello, my name is Dr. Shonna Etienne. May I have your name and your badge number? I would like to know who I'm speaking to. Just like that. We ain't never hear from that lady again. See, we got to stop being situated in these illusions. See, because if I didn't raise my son that way, he would have thought he was safe in his community. Because he does what any other kid in the community does. But I tell him all the time, just because they do it don't mean you can do it. You can't do a goddamn thing they do. So you listen to me, you follow my lead. My lead, nobody else's. Because he don't get to talk back to an officer like these kids get to do. He don't get to act a fool because he'll get a bullet in him, or slammed on the floor, or punched, or maced, or tased, or arrested. He don't get to do that. But how many of us in these communities that are illusionary, how many of us raise our children to be alert, aware, and ready? Don't lie and say, I do. Everybody do, right? Every time something is brought up, I do. Ain't no evidence of saying you do. Ain't no evidence to say you do. Thank you so much, Shonique. That's another sister that's on code. Thank you so much for the donation, Shonique. That's what we do. We got to stop doing this right now. These illusions. Wake up, people. Is an illusion. You're not safe. We even got, now I'm gonna touch on another issue. I know y'all gonna get sensitive. It's okay. Share the video. Got a lot of sensitive people out there that need to learn and grow. It's okay. We got some people out there who have biracial kids, and for some reason they think their kids are different. Your kids ain't different. That's an illusion you're living in. Your children are not different. You have your children believing one thing, and then when they grow out of the grade school years and they get older and older, society lets them know exactly who they are. And they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to tackle it. You know why? Because you never prepared them. You never prepared them because you was living in illusion, and you kept these children in boxes and bubbles. And guess what? They're ending up in boxes too. Why? Because they're Negroes too. So stop playing games. Wake the hell up, people. America is not playing with the melanated man or woman. The only people asleep is us. We like to think everything is kumbaya. Ain't nothing kumbaya up in here. This is life and death. This is life and death. The only thing that is happening consistently is we're sleeping and we're traumatized. That's about it. And it's those things that keep us immobilized. Number 9, social engineering. Isn't that perfect? You see how everything just flows? Social engineering is worse than racism and white supremacy. Social engineering is worse than racism and white supremacy. Because we're so conditioned not to do anything. We're so conditioned just to eat it, and we don't even realize it. We like to believe we're free. What freedom do you have when you can't even jog? When you can't even jog without being killed? What freedom do you have when your children can't even have the joys of selling lemonade or water without being harassed? What freedom do you have when your 12-year-old son can't even mow the lawn without being harassed? What freedom do you have when you can't go to work with your autistic client and you lie down on the ground with your hands up and you still get shot by the cops? See, we've been socially engineered to do all these things, thinking that if we do these things, we're going to stay alive. If we be passive, we're going to stay alive. If we don't rock the boat, we're going to stay alive. If we love their whiteness and hate our blackness, we're going to stay alive. If we sell our brothers and sisters out, we're going to stay alive. If we fight with each other constantly in public all the time, we're going to stay alive. If we criticize each other, we're going to stay alive. If we have team light skin versus team dark skin, we're going to stay alive. That's social engineering at its best. Racism and white supremacy exists to this day because we have been socially engineered to support it and uphold it forever. Forever. But when we say this to some black folks, they don't like to hear it. They don't like to hear it. You know why? Because it's painful. It's painful. Cassandra is saying social engineering makes white supremacy and racism and run like a well-oiled machine. It does run like a well-oiled machine. You're absolutely right. They don't have to do anything but to engineer us to hate each other and hate ourselves and to love their whiteness. And you know, when you have somebody like, what's her name? What's the one that said to made us hate ourselves and love their wealth? No, whoever. Not that one. That one's Kanye West. I'm talking about the one that everyone's talking about. Oh, she crazy. She crazy the back, but she used to be good. She crazy now. What's her name? Oh, she crazy. She crazy. You listen to her lyrics. There was nothing crazy about her. You see how narratives work? You see how narratives work? What's her name? Y'all know her name. Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill. When she tell you the truth, how this game worked, now she crazy. Ooh, she crazy. She crazy. She crazy. She crazy. Every time somebody tells the truth, they're crazy. That's what social engineering does. Social engineering has you look at your own person as not the expert. You rather have a white doctor tell you something than a black doctor because the white doctor is the expert. Social engineering. Thank you so much for that donation, Mary. Thank you so much. She said, I want to witness public revenge and retaliation because apparently there is no justice for us. No, there isn't. And guess what? Guess what, Mary? A lot of people want to witness that, and it's never going to happen. Because what did I say? What number did I say? Number 5, our fear continues to immobilize us. See, in order for that to happen, Mary, you got to let go of fear. But we all afraid. We all afraid. What was our brother that had got killed and his mother's boyfriend or his stepfather had mobilized everybody. Everybody was setting cop cars on fire, setting stores on fire, stomping on stuff. Remember that? Y'all remember that? Who was the person? It's so many of them that get killed. Remember when he was walking and the police shot him and the police said that he reached his hand in the car to try to get him? What was his name? Somebody tell me his name, please. Somebody tell me his name. So I'm drawing a blank. Mike Brown. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, One Pimp Afro. Mike Brown. Now remember that. We was tearing stuff up. We weren't afraid. We was like, let's get it. Y'all want to get it? Let's get it. You might get some of us. You ain't going to get all of us. Let's get it. And who went out there? Who went out there and told the crowd to calm down? It wasn't a white person. Thank you for the donation, Kevin. Thank you so much, brother. Who went out there and told the crowd to calm down? I don't want this for my son. I know you're mad, but this is not the answer. This is not the answer. We don't want violence. We don't want nobody else getting hurt. See what social engineering does? There you go. There you go, Tiana. She said it, his mother. We don't want nobody else getting hurt. Social engineering is designing us to be passive. And when we see retaliation, we automatically are engineered to think that it is wrong. That's right, Nefertiti. She said his mom. That's right. That's right. We are socially engineered to believe that is wrong. And then we have anti-black sentiments that come up. Black people ignorant, bunch of ignorant niggas burning up their community. So that'll make no goddamn sense. Why are you going to burn where you live at? Why are you going to burn? Why not? It ain't your store. It ain't your store. It's exploiters. They're coming to the community exploiting and ain't doing nothing, and you're still dying. Why not? What's Rodney King got his ass beat down? And then you have the audacity, as my friend's mother would say, the audacity to come on and say, can we all get along? What about the riots in LA? That Asian woman done shot that young girl in her head, killed her dead as she went up to the counter to pay for her juice. And we would say, oh, y'all ignorant. That Asian lady got a slap on the wrist. Don't do that. Now go on back and open up your store and sell to the ignorant niggas. That's all that happened. That's all that happened. And we like, oh, why are we burning up everything? This don't make no sense. You ruining the community. Ruining what community? You don't own that community. You don't owe shit there. What are you ruining? What are you ruining? You see how anti-blackness work? A well-oiled machine. Don't gotta do nothing because all of our dumb asses, we are programmed to see that stuff as we have to protect their stuff. Just like on a plantation. When master's sick, we sick. Oh no, don't come on here and start no problems. I don't want no problems. Master's a good man. And we still have that mindset. We still have that mindset. I know some great grandmothers and grandmothers used to talk bad about white people all the time. The minute the white person come around, how you doing, Miss Mary? How you doing, Miss Barbara? Everything's good? That's good. Oh, the Lord is good. The Lord is good. What the hell? What the hell? Not me. I tell you like this, little Miss Barbara in this building, she be trying her attitude with me. I told her, you want what you want to do. What you want to do. She was, what you want to do. Don't let this luxury fool you. What you want to do. I bet you she don't say nothing to me and my kids anymore. I don't play those games. Ain't nothing sleeping about me. You are not going to disrespect me. You're not going to disrespect my children and expect me to say, oh, Miss Barbara, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. Ain't no misunderstanding. Get your ass on out of here. Thank you for that donation, Phoenix. I appreciate that. Phoenix says, I live in East Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York City, and see white people strolling through my neighborhood without a care. Absolutely. But let your black ass stroll without a care. You're gonna be confronted. Because that's a way of letting you know that you're an example for everybody else to keep their asses inside. We want to break from seeing you niggas outside. And we all fall in line. We all fall in line because we live in an illusion and we're socially engineered to keep all of this going. Right? And the last thing I have to say, number 10, is confusing hope. Confusing hope with false hope. So we all like to use this word hope, but do we really understand what is hope and what is false hope and what is resonating desire? Do we even understand those terminologies? I'm here to tell you what it is and I'm out of here. So this is not my research. This is a researcher by the name of Bert Muschenga. And he wrote an article back in 2019. I think he's from the Netherlands, but nonetheless, what he said was powerful about hope. And I want you to see it through my eyes, right? Through my eyes, what I read about his article, what I took away from it, that I said, damn, this can apply to my people. So let me say this to you. First and foremost, those that say that hope for a better world, but does not devote a single thought to it, do not really hope for it. You hear what I said? Those that say they hope for a better world, but does not devote a single thought to it, do not really hope for it. See, we fill with a whole bunch of hope, but we don't really exercise that mind and we damn sure don't take action. I'm not saying all of us, I'm saying too many of us. We have a lot of hope. We just hope for better tomorrow. That's right, baby. That's right. Just hold on to it. Just keep the faith. Have some hope. Have some hope. What is that? What is that? This is what we believe. I hope it gets better. It can't stay like this forever. It's been like this for 400 years. We've been saying the same thing. It can't stay like this forever. We love that. It is still like that. So where are we getting this narrative from? It can't stay like that forever. Baby, I just hold on to hope. I got faith. I just know that the Lord is going to change it. Thank you for the donation, K Shugs. K Shugs says, Dr. Shonna, couldn't we start blasting those saltines back? They think twice about rolling up on us. Yeah, but you know what? Fear immobilizes people. Ain't nobody want to do it. Ain't nobody want to step to the saltine. Ain't nobody want no saltine on their plate. Because they got hope. Hope that the saltine is just going to love us. They hope that it's just going to love us. I hope that one day you find it into your heart to show some love. It ain't never going to happen. It ain't never going to happen. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. See, you and I cannot correct the issues that are rooted in whiteness. We cannot correct that. Only white people can correct the issues rooted in whiteness. But for some reason, liberals have y'all believing that we have the power to correct it. No, they can change anything on a drop of a dime. You see how all this whole COVID thing happened, right? You see how everything happened. The minute this happened, they found money overnight. They have the power to change anything and everything, and they will not do it. And they're always going to create laws that are loopholes to hold us down. And we are sitting back with hope. Hope that one day they just find it in their heart to do what's right. How do you find it in your heart to do what's right when all your life you've been wrong? Like the rationality that some of our people have, I just clearly don't understand it. How do you hope that somebody who has been violent, aggressive, hostile, devilish, deceitful, dishonest, how do you hope that one day they're going to find it in their heart to be different? That's why we're talking about hope. That's why we're talking about hope. So this is how we look, right? So in my opinion, this is how we look in the context of hope. This is how we look. To hope is to not have control over fulfilling that desire. That is called resonating desire. So that means I have a desire that things are going to change. I hope things are going to change, but I also recognize that when I really think about it, it's really out of my control. That's resonating desire. That's what it looks like when we're asking our oppressor to be different. We're asking them to operate in love. That's a resonating desire. That you have the hope, but you don't have no control over it. You can't control the other person. You can't convince them to change. They gotta want to change, and they don't want to change, because for them to change, that means they have to lose some of the power that they hold, and they're not willing to do that. But for some reason, we hold on to this false hope. We believe that it's going to change, that they're going to one day turn around and do right. And somebody like Biden, who is a clear racist. Oh, I forgot, he's not a racist. He got a black friend. Like, I forgot, he ain't racist. He got a black friend. I'm not racist. I got a black friend. And my daughter had the black best friend. And they come over to our house for dinner. We ain't racist. But we depend on people like that. With our resonating desire, our hope that they're going to change. They're not changing not a goddamn thing, because they benefited from it as well. The only people changing it is us. So that's how we look. We look like we are holding on to the ideology of hope. We are holding on that one day they're going to change and do something different, and the world is going to be a better place. Right? Let me tell you something, family. There is a reason why there has never been another Dr. King. There's a reason why there has never been another Malcolm X. I mean, I can go on and on. We can even take it to the motherland with all the activists there that were powerful, right? There's a reason why the powerful leaders of the past will never exist again. There's a reason why. See, because we have been conditioned to be passive. And that hope, for the most part, is passive. Now, I don't want you to think that hope cannot be active, but we're not demonstrating it. This is how it should look for us. This is what I would like it to look like for us. Hope is the energy. Pay attention, people. Hope is the energy and direction that we can offer, not only making the world into how we want it to be, but regulating and developing our capacity to act. Regulating and developing our capacity to act. That's what hope should look like. We should have an image of what we want to see, and we need to act on it. Act doesn't mean, well, let me put my hope on a piece of paper, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to tell somebody my dream, and they're going to make it happen. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. We got to wake up, people. We got to wake up. We don't need another Ahmaud. We did not need another Trayvon, and we got him. We did not need another George Zimmerman, and we got him. And this one is called McMichael. We did not need another one, and we got him. We got him. And we got them because we are operating in false hope. We don't understand that we have the power to change it. We don't understand that we actually have to take action. We don't understand that we got to stop upholding the ideology in the context of whiteness. We got to stop upholding that. We got to stop feeding it. We got to stop feeding anti-blackness. We got to stop feeding these things. Because if we keep on doing the things that are harming us, then we're just operating in false hope. And what is false hope? Right? False hope results from cognitive deficiency rooted in ignorance. That's what false hope is. It's rooted in ignorance. You don't have all the facts. You're hoping for something without all the facts. So what are the facts in this case? And what I'm talking about, what are the facts? So we can know if our hope is just false and ignorant. What are the facts? The facts are nothing's going to change until we change it. The facts are we too need to get armed. The facts are we need to hold back our vote because we're being killed and no one is doing anything about it. The facts are we got to start changing the narrative. We got to operate as one. We have to be on code. The minute something happens to one of our brothers and sisters, we need to change the narrative. We need to be sharing positive information, positive stories. If you can't do a video that's supportive, don't do a video at all. We need to stop destroying one another. That's what it looks like. If we're not understanding how these things are operating, we're just ignorant. We're hoping for something that's not a reality and something that's never, ever going to happen. Ahmaud should be alive today. Ahmaud should be alive today, and he's not. He is our brothers. He is our uncles. He is our cousins. He is our friends. He is our son. He is us. He should be alive today. There is no reason why this young man is dead, other than the issues that I spoke about that I have. Wake up. Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up. Get on code. Get on code. Sit down and have those conversations with your children all the time. Let them know your expectations. Share these things with them. Have critical discussions with them. Talk to your husbands. Talk to your wives. Start choosing families. Start choosing to make families with people who are on code. Because you don't know how stressful it is. Trust me, it's my personal life. You don't know how stressful it is to be amongst somebody off code. This is not a game. This is not a game. You see how these people move. These people are on code. As we are being entertained, they are planning and they are moving and shaking, and they got the right parties and the right people in their track to do so. Husband and wife on board, son and daughter on board, son and father on board, mother and son is on board, mother and daughters on board, everybody on board but us. And we fighting. We finding everything to fight about. I am done. I am done. Black mama said, I am buying gun this Saturday and going to gun range and try some out. You better. This is not a game. This is not a game, but you better be prepared to use it too. Don't start being scared. I'm out, my brothers and sisters. If you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to that channel. Facebook family, thank you so much. I know I wasn't giving you guys a lot of love over there, but like I said, if you wanted me to directly interact with you, you have to come over to YouTube so I can see you right on my screen. Thank you so much for that, Allison Cooper. That's another trooper. That's another trooper. And I met her personally. You know, all the people I pointed out, majority of them I met personally, and they're troopers. And I don't know them from a hole in the wall, but I know that we get on code and we make things happen together. And that's why they're moderators, right? So I want to thank all of you guys. I need y'all to make sure not only are you sharing this video, but that you're liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel and hit the notification. If you're on Facebook, like and follow the page, or just follow the page, whatever you want to do. I don't care, but you have to get it out there. Because when I come on the talk, I got something to say. If you don't see me, I ain't got nothing to say. If you want to see the lighter side of me, and this is way too much for me, for you guys, I respect that. Go to Instagram. Go to my Instagram page. You'll see me with my goofy stuff, my playful stuff. But when I'm not playing, I'm not playing, and I'm not playing right now. Right? It's a time to play. It's a time to be serious, and this is a serious matter. Because this is another destruction of our families. And I say it all the time. Everyone that knows me knows I'm centered in family. And this is another destruction of our family unit. We are under attack. Our families are being broken down. They're being destroyed. And it has to stop. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. How much trauma we're going to have to endure, how much pain we're going to have to endure, how much vicarious trauma. That means it may not have happened to me. I may not be Ahmaud. I may not be Ahmaud's mother, but I'm traumatized. That's what vicarious trauma looks like. How much more do we have to endure before we get tired of it? We need to stop hoping they get tired of it because they got more stamina in this game than we do. They're not tired. They're not tired. They're on a mission and they share shifts. Somebody got the AM shift, somebody else got the PM shift. We the ones are asleep. And until we get tired and be sick and tired of being tired, ain't nothing going to change. I don't know about you guys, but y'all need to go ahead and sign that petition on change.org. Go to my YouTube description box of this video, hit that link. Go put your name on the petition. I want to see those numbers go up. Share the petition with your network. Use the hashtag Justice for Ahmaud or hashtag I Run with Maud. Do not be silent. Do not be silent. We've been sleeping long enough. Let's wake up, brothers and sisters. I love y'all all. I'm out. Peace and blessings. Thank you to all my moderators. The next time I come on, I'll give you a personal shout outs to the people who have donated via Cash App. I did not forget about you guys, and those who have donated by sending me checks and money orders in the mail. I will shout out your name. I have not forgotten about your time, you guys, but I think today was all about Ahmaud. I love you all. Peace and blessings and have a great night.